This video is going to be about how I more than tripled my income on TikTok Shop and how you can copy the same exact method and do it too. These are going to be realistic numbers, so don't worry, I'm not going to tell you that you're going to make $1,000 tonight, which is technically possible on TikTok Shop. My name is Joey Lynn. Welcome to my channel where I talk about making money online, my ups and downs, and my journey along the way. I tell you what, I really dropped the ball when it came to TikTok Shop. I started really getting into TikTok Shop about mid 2023. And about the beginning of 2024, I started making thousands of dollars on TikTok Shop. And I know that it sounds super unrealistic to most people, and it is, because it's just not typical for a video to go viral on TikTok Shop in your first few months. But it can happen. So anyway, I finally had a couple videos take off about the beginning of 2024, and I said to myself, well, I'm making all kinds of money. I don't need to make any more videos. I got a little cocky. That was a really bad move on my part. The other thing that I've realized is what was working in 2024 on TikTok Shop is no longer working in 2025. So not only was I no longer making money on TikTok Shop, I now had to pivot to new content styles to start making money again on TikTok Shop. I'll attach the video that explains exactly what I did, the changes that I made to start making money again. I had found it a smart thing to do to choose 1, 2, maybe 3 creators to start following to start implementing these new styles of content that are actually working on TikTok Shop. The 2 styles that stand out the most are bottom of funnel or BOF content and storytelling content. And if you want to hear what I'll be implementing in all of my videos next to start making more money on TikTok Shop, stick around to the end of this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So anyway, I started implementing the bottom of funnel and the storytelling videos into my content. But I started implementing them individually in April, about the end of April. Because by the time April had come to a close, I had made a whopping $21. And it was time for a change. I knew that more than that was possible on TikTok Shop. After giving bottom of funnel content my best efforts, I was posting it on my backup page. And to my surprise, I started making sales right away. The one thing I feel like I did a little bit different in my bottom of funnel content is I explained or described the product a little bit more than they do. You know, a little more than they teach you to, and it seemed to work pretty good. So since it started working on my backup, I thought, well, it must work for my main, so I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this content on my main, but I did a little bit of tweaking to it. I started adding a little personalization to the videos, and I started adding what they call storytelling to the very beginning of the video and introducing the product in that way. And that is literally what this video is about, is to tell you how I tripled my income on TikTok Shop using these methods. So basically, with all of my new efforts, by the end of May, I had doubled what I made in April. And then in June, I doubled that. It's now mid-July, and I have more than tripled that number. Look. And the best part is July isn't even over yet. Now, there were a few other aspects that I was focusing on as well, such as whether or not a product was on GMV Max. But right at this present time, that doesn't even matter anymore because TikTok has now shifted. And now basically all the products in TikTok Shop are on GMV Max. I also started making videos for products specifically that were on Exposure Plus. And if you're interested, I can make a video on how I find my Exposure Plus products, as well as how making videos for them can boost your product views across the board. And if you'd like, we can also cover SEO and getting categorized on TikTok, because this seems to be very important these days. Using the proper SEO on TikTok is very important because it is like TikTok is reading your video like a book. And if you picked up a book and you did not understand what it said, you wouldn't put it out there either. So the more you think about it like that, the more you can understand why your video isn't going anywhere if it's just sitting at 0 views, or at least really low views. Just let me know. I'd love to make you a video. And if you've watched the video to this point, I really appreciate it. And as promised, I'm going to let you know the one thing that I'm going to implement newly to my content, and we're going to see if it makes a difference in the sales. Since my storytelling and bottom of funnel type content is doing well, and enough text on screen that makes a person stop to have to read it, I'm actually going to mash these 2 together and see what happens. For bottom of funnel content, a lot of times the beginning of the content will tell you there's a flash sale. But instead of doing that, I'm going to try those relatable blurbs over the top of the video for the first few seconds. You already know I'll keep you updated on how it works. But go ahead and look into these styles of content and give these things a try for yourself. Give it about a month and see if things change. I'll leave my TikTok Shop pages linked below so that you can go check them out for inspiration. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you found this helpful. Until next time.